Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Sunday weekly analysis. It is the April 27th, 2025, and we are getting ready to take a look at the week ahead, the last week of April, the first few days of May, and I believe NFP is going to grace us with its presence next Friday. Nick, are you with us?
Yes, I am here, Rhea.
Beautiful. All right, so we are going to dive right in. Without further ado, if anybody has any questions, please leave them for us in the comments. And if you have other pairs that you want us to take a look at, let us know in the comments as well. Nick, it is all you.
All right, thank you very much. So first things first, we're gonna dive in on a dollar index. Yeah, so dollar index at this point in time, the gap to the bottom, then gapped all the way up. I think I talked about this on Wednesday. Yes, I did. And we seem to be coming all the way up, going to the upside. So probably next week we might be seeing ourselves right above 100 around this area. Like we're literally touching 100 area twice because we touched it here, we touched it there. So we'll have probably a breakthrough by Monday or Tuesday, maybe even a gap right above here. I don't know. We're yet to see. And then we might be above 100 by the end of the week. That's what I'm suspecting is the dollar index. That being said, let's look directly on dollar Mexican. So this coming week, I do think dollar Mexican may go up, uh, based on the fact that it's been going down for quite a bit, and we have NFP on Friday. So we might make a new low, then start to reverse from there, or we might just reverse right from here, which can be a good entry at this point, where the stop loss can be at this lower low here, and then push all the way up and probably even touch the 2010 level. That's what we're aiming for. We're aiming for dollar Mexican to probably touch the 2010 level, and then from there we might look to go short probably in future. Right, so now let's look at dollar yen. So dollar yen, it broke the first trend line, which we already anticipated. It spiked all the way up, and then it pushed all the way down, and then this push to the downside was a slight pullback right here, touching this trend line. How amazing. And then after that, it pushed all the way up, filled in a pin bar, and then did another pullback, then pushed all the way up, broke the upper trend line. And now at this point, I think we can certainly say dollar may have some good strength this coming week, and we can find ourselves all the way up to 14800. So that's what we can be seeing for this coming week on dollar yen. Now let's look at euro dollar. So euro dollar is probably in the same scenario um, with dollar index, whereby we might be coming here this coming week, where we have had like about 2 touches beyond this pin bar. And after that, I do think next week we might push further below here, and we might even be below 1.12 by NFP Friday. So I do still see some strength on euro dollar for the fact that we've broken the trend line, we've broken support, which was even a very strong wick to the downside. So I still think this movement to the downside is still strong. And also this pin bar wasn't fully filled. So come next week, I do think we'll be back around the 1300 level, and we can see ourselves at $1.12 on euro dollar. And let's look at CAD Swiss. CAD Swiss, we finally broke out this consolidation. We broke through the trend line. Resistance is broken as well, no question about that. And our only way is up from here. So we've already broken that trend line. We are now steadily moving to the upside and coming to this resistance at 6,700 or 6080. So this is where we might be seeing ourselves by the end of the week as well. What news do we have for the week that may contribute to this? Well, we do have, well, we only have Euro news, which is like the German preliminary CPI. That's the only thing that may push it. And also we have the Canadian election. So that may foster some strength for the Canadian dollar. So that is why we might actually see this move go to the upside with the Canadian dollar versus the Swiss franc. Then let's look at pound yen. So pound yen, we had this break over here. Then we consolidated for the bit. Then we broke the upside, which is great. So the next level we might come all the way up to is the one which I talked about, which is the 196 level, which is this top resistance, which wicks everything else, which is just all the way up here. So we might be seeing ourselves coming all the way up here this coming week. And this can be fostered by a lot of yen news, because next week we do have the interest rate from Japan. Yeah, that's what will actually may push the pound yen to the upside and bring probably some weakness to the yen rather. Then if we look at pound dollar, we broke to the downside. Not really any support has been broken. We didn't really call this support, though this candle like gapped the bottom side and went all the way up. So this may be some support, but it's probably a minor support. The major one is all the way down here at 3.1. Actually 3,200. So next week we could be right below 1.32. And even probably we might come all the way down to 1.30. Yeah, so that is a possibility for pound dollar. We have a lot of dollar news coming next week. That is, we have employment costs, we have the PCE price index, we also have unemployment claims, we have ISM on Thursday, and then last we have NFP. So these are some factors that may push the market to the downside. So we might as well pay attention to that for this coming week, especially NFP. Then gold, we broke the trend line, we broke support, we wixed it, we pulled back, then we came all the way down. We might be actually making a new low this coming week. So this might be just a general pullback. Then from there, we might start to push all the way down, break these previous lows, then even probably see ourselves at 3,200. So that is where we might see ourselves by the end of the week, especially with NFP. That said, let's now move over to the indices. So the indices, they broke out through this consolidation. And that's literally a signal that the market is probably reversing at this point. We're looking to probably see ourselves touch the 20,000 level around here. So we are looking for a round number. Then once we go past this, then possibly we might be looking to make a new high beyond the 22,000 level on NAS 100. Then let's look at US30. US30, we haven't really broken out of this consolidation, which is weird. I wonder why, but maybe come next week we might be finding ourselves all the way up here around 41,000. But again, it's not really surprising because US30 doesn't really follow the norms of breaking new highs. So we might actually be bouncing here, then coming all the way down. So those are the two scenarios. Or we might break right through and go beyond, even probably touch 42,000 on US30. And let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, we are literally at the resistance. We think we talked about it on on Wednesday. We have touched this level. We are still playing around this level, but this seems like an area which we might be rejecting off from. So you must always know if price stalls for way too long at a certain level, it's trying to decide, should it go up, should it go down? We have plenty of examples like here in the past. We stalled for a little while, then we pushed all the way down, then we came all the way up, and then it was an immediate rejection, and then we came all the way down. Then we came all the way up. We didn't even spend much time here, and then we shot all the way up through there. But this doesn't look good. This looks like we might be reversing, probably be coming all the way down here, around the 88 level, 87. Yeah, so that is where I think we're going. I think we're going to come down here, maybe bounce from here, then probably go all the way up, or we could just push all the way down. Just all depends on what price really wants to do. Here we can see that we didn't really store as much, but we kind of did. Let's not talk about it, because we came here, came back up, then we came back here. So it was playing around this area, which signified that there wasn't any strength to push to the downside. And then after that, we had an immediate rejection from there. And then we started pushing all the way up. And then here we didn't waste time, and then we went all the way up. So that's one thing you got to know about price when it comes to certain levels. If it's stalling at those levels, then there's a high chance they won't break through it. But then there are also those chances where it actually does break through, but these are great reversal points. So on Bitcoin, I do really think we might come down to 88,000, especially since we are seeing some dollar strength coming up soon. So yeah, let's wait and see. Then let's look last but not least on Ethereum. Ethereum, we broke right through this consolidation, which is great. So we might actually be seeing ourselves possibly reaching the 20,000 level around here come next week. So this is the aiming point for next week. And as you can see, those resistance there didn't even stall, just went right through it. So if price is stalling for some odd reason, then no, it's not gonna go through. It shouldn't waste any time. That is a key lesson of today's analysis for today. So this is where we actually end on our analysis for the coming week. Don't know if there are any questions, pairs you'd like to look at. Andrea, you can come out from hiding now.
Hello, hello. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right. Does anybody have any other pairs that they want us to look at before we go? Drop them in the comments and let us know, and we'll take a quick look before we wrap it up for the night. In the meantime, I do want to let everyone know that we are having our spring tris promotion right now. So you could get a 25K account for $89, a 50K account for $172, and 100K for $320. I'm going to go ahead and drop the code, the discount code in the comments for you guys in case you want to grab one of those accounts. Aussie, Japanese yen requested by ZZ.
ZZ Idris. Okay, let's look at Aussie yen. So one thing you gotta know about the yen pairs, they move from, well, there's a high correlation. So this one has a high correlation probably to pound yen at this point, because this is the exact thing which happened. It broke the trend line just on pound yen, same scenario. And we seem to be coming all the way up here. This is like our target on Aussie yen. We might be reaching 95,000 as our main target, nothing else, because it's like a major resistance right here. So we're either going to bounce from this level, or we're going to go right past through it. So that is one thing you can keep an eye on for Aussie yen for this coming week on on Aussie yen. Even for the month of May, we might just possibly see ourselves here. So we might even stall for a bit or even move sideways. But overall, this is the target that we are aiming to reach on Aussie yen. Yeah, so
Beautiful. Great analysis, Nick. Thank you so much for that. I did leave in the comments the 3 different codes for the 3 different accounts that we have a promotion on right now. And that would be for I know somebody's going to ask, but the 80% profit split and the 5% daily drawdown option for each of those accounts. Nick, do you have anything else that you wanted to say or share?
be safe, y'all. The traffic war is over.
Be safe.
Anyways, maybe,
Ride the wave.
but I do think everything has come to a conclusion with all this tariff wars and everything like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. All right. Well, we will be back on Wednesday with our midweek analysis. So, but until then, everyone happy trading, trade safely, use proper risk management, wait for the right setups. Yeah. And we will see everyone on Wednesday, same time.